gonna go ahead and start that recording.
I told you to stop saying things like that.
I can't help myself. That's how you get away with murder. Now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
Yes, but the other half of the battle involves lawn gnomes.
Whatever. Let's just handle the bodies already.
But did you let them hit the floor?
The best part of the whole story was they only dug there, not knowing they were markers on the map, not markers for bodies. It was great.
Yeah.
Right, I agree.
The best part of waking up is knowing who to cut.
So
So
not yourself. Do not cut
You
yourself.
beat me to it, Brooke. You beat me to it.
one might say that she got to the point faster.
Oh man.
Yeah, see, it hurts because you need to laugh, doesn't it, Heather?
It was good. It was real good. I like it.
Okay. I love how every one of our recordings starts with something like this. It's priceless. Okay. So where we left off last time, y'all had just left Amir's shop, or Emil's shop, in order to go and
It's not mine yet.
and you had made off with some of your items freshly identified. Now tell me, what's your plan from here?
Well, I kind of want to ask Ymir. You mentioned he was bruised and you had to heal him up and everything. Why was he bruised? I mean, if he's leaving shop because of ruffians, and we may or may not know said quote ruffians, he wasn't bruised when said ruffians may or may not have left the shop. So why is he bruised and beat up now?
Yeah. I see where you're going with this.
I'm guessing that there's other people in the area that are upset with him.
Yes, but why?
Out of character, it's been a long few weeks. In character, I mean, he's running from someone. He can't be just afraid of us. We didn't exactly threaten. Okay, most of us didn't exactly threaten him.
But we didn't touch him.
In his
We-
business, though, you deal with some seedy people, so
Yes, but see, people and everything generally to us equals something to do.
What if we helped him?
I'm down.
I
So we
mean,
could-
I am so down.
he was nice enough to identify objects for us.
Yeah.
I mean, you did heal him first, so that could have just been payment for that, but still.
There's still
Even
so
with
much
that.
in that shop I haven't seen.
I mean, I'm perfectly willing to go back there and ask him why he's not having a good day.
Dado, about that. I'm just wondering, are you gonna go talk to our friend?
I mean, I have no problem talking to our friend. I thought our conversation went rather well last time. He's not dead.
Out of character, that sounds like something a warlock would say.
Out of character. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. You're a badass, Ryan. Damn. Okay.
Also, I really want Brooke's camera right now.
Why?
Back me up. Does anybody else want the dark I'm possessed by demon eyes? Because I mean, it just
Yeah.
I started out on my phone because my computer was updating, and for a second I had two monitors. I felt so fancy, but now I'm back to my laptop.
Wow, they're like
It is a
black.
crappy camera.
Oh my gosh. It's just
So,
like,
like
on,
my whole eye, or
Supernatural.
just
Yeah.
Like,
Ah.
like to you guys, my whole eye looks black. Like there's no
No,
white.
no, just the colored part. The white part is still just white.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
demon
Oh,
eyes.
okay. I was like, whoa.
You don't
That's
have demon eyes.
wild.
No, it's just like the demons from Supernatural.
Yeah, no,
Those
not
Winchester
not
brothers.
that black. I can see the
No?
whites of your eyes.
They're
I don't have to
brown.
kill you.
Miles, remind me in character, how long do we have until the bazaar?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you are now in the night before. So
About 24
effectively,
hours.
you're at the point where you should be deciding whether or not you're going to go to bed. If we want to ballpark an hour, I think something close to like 7:30 p.m.
Kelly, did we get an in already, or did we skip that part?
We have, she's our in, right? Brooke.
Brooke,
She's taking us. We just have to wait for
Hello,
that
new
night to
friend,
happen,
can we
right?
stay at your house? Is that what you're saying?
What else did
Oh,
we do?
that's a
We
good
have
idea.
other-
When was the last time you had a sleepover?
Ah, yes.
We paint
Oh.
nails. I think I have some face masks.
Pillow
I was
fight.
having a moment over there about
It sounds like fun. I'm down.
I'm trying to figure out if we're still in game or not.
Yeah.
working those still. I don't know. I mean,
If
yeah,
there's face masks involved, it's either way.
right. There you are. The Mask of a Thousand Faces.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so what's your plan from here? You were
Well,
just trying to figure out your sleeping situation. But what else what are you doing?
do we want to perhaps ask our friend again and see maybe what's going on with him? Or do we just want to, he got his butt kicked, so he got his butt kicked, and we can go about our day?
I think it'd be a good idea to get some rest, especially to reclaim some spells from those of us who actually have spells. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. There's at least 2 other places that I would like to go back to. One I've already paid, and one I really want to talk to those wizards about. There's someone at the door.
Yeah, someone's behind you.
Yeah, I know. It was a child trying to convince me they shouldn't have sleep.
Oh.
But then they saw that I was doing D&D and realized that now was not the time to negotiate and left.
Which one was it?
It was the tall one.
There are 2 taller ones.
It was the tall
Now,
thick-
see, now I feel attacked.
Okay, so before I
Fine.
before I restarted my hearing aids, I could only hear in my left ear, and now I can only hear in my right ear. What is happening?
Have you tried turning
Well,
them
what
off and
you
back
you
on
can do
again?
is
That's what
you
I
can
just did.
adjust the volume in your so that you can hear. Said.
Don't be a dick, William.
Fun of death.
That's so
Oh,
mean.
Don't be a dick.
But you executed it perfectly.
I mean, spot on, because
He's
I was
even fucking
confused for a minute. I was like, what's happening?
Stay tuned for William's next trick, tripping a person with a cane.
Wait, how's
Really?
he gonna get their cane away from them first?
Oh, you killed me. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't written anything down yet. Last week I didn't take any notes either, or last time. Oof. Actually, I think Miles
Mhm.
may have wiped my notes, like wizarded them.
Oh, did I now?
They were blank.
Miles
Anyway.
and Brooke, to quote the great Billy Gardell, the stand-up comedian, sometimes wrong is worth the funny.
Fair.
It didn't offend me, so I'm good. I thought it was really funny.
I think Chris Rock agrees with that.
Oh,
Too soon.
I can hear you in both my ears now, though. So,
I don't know, I think that joke slaps.
oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Y'all.
You know what I love
think we
though?
should do is go ahead.
What I love is that if you zoom in on that video, you can see the Fresh Prince.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Y'all are full of them tonight.
Thanks.
Mhm.
I've been holding on to that one for a while.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. That was so
But there-
good.
There is something absolutely wonderful that came out of that entire incident that me and Miles can get behind. It is now against our society and culture to make fun of people who are bald.
Okay, so speaking of,
No,
I
no, it
thought,
isn't.
William, I thought you were totally bald, like shaved head, until today when I saw the picture of you and Heather on Miles' screen before we started game. And I was like, oh my God. Because with your
Oh.
headset on, I can't see. I just thought I thought you had a shaved head. And then today I saw your picture and I was like,
I hope that's okay. I threw it up on my Instagram.
We'll call it my hair
that
reveal party.
was on Miles' screen.
Yo, yeah, it was on Slack.
Mhm.
Oh. I also Instagrammed it. I got 6 hugs today. It was amazing.
Fuck yeah.
You were one of them. Okay.
Okay, so do we want to rest, or should we check out the Wizarding Tower? Is it too late for that? Or
I think it's too late for
do we
that.
want
I think it's definitely too late for that. Go ahead. Sorry. I
kick
didn't mean
down Emil's door and say, "What up, Holmes?"
I kind of I want to figure out what's going on with Emil. There's a few things. We sort of need him. Like if we're gonna hang out and reef for a bit and we're gonna do stuff here, we need
Need is
somebody
a
who has his
strong
special
word.
skills, huh?
Need is a strong word. I mean, we could just as easily, hang out with the Rottens and get information from them.
Yeah.
Now, the fact that I may or may not have known someone who threatened Emil's life and everything, and then Emil shows up, half beaten and everything, makes me curious who may or may not be, stealing somebody I know's moves. I'm just wondering. And if we may or may not want to go chat with these other people, good chat or my chat, whichever one you pick, I'm okay.
I can build you a burning ring of fire. If they get out of hand. Sorry.
I love the fact that we have a story that actually ends in the bard.
The
Yay.
spell says wall of fire. What the fuck?
It was a wall. It was just shaped.
It was an oven.
That reminds me, while we're deciding what to do, can I declare something that I'd like to try?
Yeah, sure. What do you want?
I had a thought. Now, currently I am using the gift that I got from the Weaver as a whip. I would actually like to string my Kryliar with it. Would that be cool?
Okay. I'd have to think about what that can do, but yeah, that's totally allowable. Sure.
That's cool.
Like we don't have to do it
Oh,
like
you
right
put it in
now,
there?
but I just wanted to bring it up because I got thinking, like, because when we meet during the week, it gets me brainstorming about D&D. That's why I love D&D and you guys. Okay.
So,
anyway.
to go over the mechanics of it, not just specifically this particular thing, but hypothetical, you're in a situation where you need to restring your instrument. That would take a short rest. So a short rest is about an hour to 2 for you to do the whole job.
So potentially, like, if it's cool with you and you're okay with me doing this, we could, like, if we make up our minds on what we're going to do, then we decide to rest. I could say, okay, in the morning, I'm going to string my thing.
Right. Well, and what I'm saying as your DM is I'm allowing it. I'm just not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it yet. But yes, go for it.
Okay, sweet.
We can work out the details of it, but if what you're saying is you want to try and essentially combine 2 things to make one other thing, I'm down. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. We're going to figure it out.
I One of the things that I was sort of
DM
thinking
said
about.
We can combine things, save.
There is a recording of it now, William. You don't even have to play.
Oh, yeah. And it'll be on our server.
It will be.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, okay. I've taken up enough time.
This is literally everybody's time.
So if Brooke does not have a place for us to stay, I definitely suggest we go get a long rest. We get all of our spells back up just in case, somebody else jumps us at the blacksmith because we're going back there soon.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
wizards, I mean, I don't know if you guys know anything much about wizards. I don't know anything about wizards, but they're usually lazy people and they probably need their sleep.
Well, the thing you need to keep in mind too is that this isn't what
I'll
you
be
would
right back.
consider.
Okay.
It isn't what you would consider to be like a wizard's tower, even though it is a tower. It's a school. This is where they train people to become wizards or train wizards in other schools of magic. It's not just a place where lots of wizards congregate. So you could probably come and go during the night as easily as you could during the day if you had the right stuff to get in. But you have to keep in mind that being that it's a school, it's unlikely there's a lot going on at nighttime. So you might show up there and there's no professors to talk to and all the students are already in bed and there's nothing to do.
We could loot the place.
You could try.
You
Seems like a
settle
bad
down,
idea.
chaos.
There's
He's
no
leaving it to
adults,
the
all
E in that
kitties are
alignment.
asleep. There's no adults and all the kids are asleep. I'm just saying.
I don't remember the actual
Miles
quote.
said students, not kids.
I did.
And we're not stealing
Yeah.
cherries.
Again,
Um,
they're all asleep and everything. So,
But
you
they're
know, if they
wizards.
do wake up, it means we'll catch them by surprise.
that didn't
No.
sound better, Ryan.
And then they'll burn us to a crisp.
School is full of booby traps. That sounds
might-
like a bad
They
plan.
burn you to a crisp.
Yeah.
If you're going-
The wizard
Well,
didn't
yeah,
say
so-
no. She chanted something.
if you're going to just go muck about inside the wizarding school, you really need to know. You can't go in there easily.
Miles, we lost your audio.
Yeah, I know.
That was on purpose.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Well, that's good.
And I'm sorry, but I didn't hear what they said.
But whatever you do, don't ruin the enchanted thing.
Yeah, and I was just kidding about looting the school anyway. It's really
That-
not my thing.
What kind of you'd have to be pretty feeble-minded to try to rob a wizard school. Either that or anyways. And if none of you know where that quote is from, you need to. 2001 Dungeons and Dragons, look it up and go enjoy.
I can't tell whether you were being. Never mind. Anyway, moving on.
It's a good movie. Anyways, so long rest, and because I'm pretty sure that if we pick up books and the paladin starts memorizing certain spells that he would like to add to his repertoire, there might be some questions that I'd rather answer without suspicion.
I'm down with going and resting. I'm okay with that. I mean, I still kind of want to know the mystery behind our friend Emil here, but
me too.
at the same
Well, how about this?
time, rest is good.
How about this as a compromise? We go get some rest, and if he's still here in the morning, we can try to help him, and then we can go to the wizard school. If he's not here, it wasn't meant to be.
I'm also okay with this.
Kelly?
I'm good with this. Let's rest and then adventure.
Who's
Yeah,
this
and
Kelly
like-
person?
I just
Torch.
wanted to give an accurate amount of time, just because I think I was a little bit vague earlier. You have one full daytime and one evening until it is the night market. Once the sun sets tomorrow, you are in it.
Mm.
Long rest is what, 7 hours, 8 hours?
It's 8 hours.
So 8 hours of sleep. That's that puts us at
Or
oh right. Some of us get up at 3.
8 hours, or if you have a racial benefit that allows you to not sleep, usually that's 6. Like elves or warforged or things like that. Elves can just meditate, but they have to meditate for 6 straight hours, and if they get interrupted, they have to start again.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it does.
That sounds really bad.
Yeah, especially when your girlfriend sits next to you and keeps interrupting you. Heather. Couldn't resist. I've had a good day. The
Anyway,
only person I haven't picked on so far is Miles. Wait for it.
Oh, you're gonna pick on the DM?
Oh my
That-
gosh.
that's
I was
like a
gonna
good
say,
place.
that look they gave you. I wouldn't mess with Miles.
Brave. Brave.
it's not a don't do it. It's a let's see how far this goes. Please try and break my game.
Well, let's not and say we didn't. Okay, look,
Insert
Yes.
Grinch gif.
we got 620 points to get tonight. Okay.
620.
Yeah, so good point. Make up your mind. What are you doing now?
Let's go
I'm
rest.
getting a tavern. We're gonna get a long rest.
So are you
It's not
going
my
to
fault
just,
that all I heard. My bad, Miles. Go ahead.
I'm just wanted some clarification. Are you just going to go to like any tavern in this part of the city, or are you going to go back to Old Town to the tavern with Brooks' family? I'm sorry, Rivers' family.
Let's
Why
go.
don't we ask River if we could
Oh,
crack
yeah.
with them or their tavern for the evening?
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
2 things. One, you are aware that I heard in my head, I dare you, right? Okay, just checking. Second, you want to go sleep with all that's on us in a thieves guild.
Yeah, Thieves Guild that we're welcome at, where we save the daughter of the head of the guild.
That is a
You
good
also
point,
could like
though.
take
These are
turns
thieves.
resting and have somebody take watch.
And that's why we
I mean,
brought
if you're
you.
really worried.
That's why we brought you along. I forgot about the watch thing.
Hmm.
Except I think you're the only person here who doesn't have spells and doesn't need to get the rest.
I have spell.
She does?
Totally.
Was that singular? Like one?
That was so fucking cute.
she asked the question and read Miles' face for the answer.
I do. I have Blade Ward and Mage Hand,
Mage hand!
Sword Burst and Disguise Self, and Find Familiar and Identify, and some kind of a Caustic Brew.
What class are you?
Tasha's Caustic Brew. I'm a
It's
rogue.
Yeah, she's a rogue.
How do I get back to Zoom? There it is.
I wonder what we
What?
could do if we put our mage
Questioning
hand.
William is questioning.
You could clap. That's what you can do.
We can
when
high
your mage
five.
hands together.
Mhm. Yep,
You can
yep.
We
play
could high
darts?
five. Yeah,
we could
fist
clothesline
bump.
someone.
You can beat Tom Brady's record?
We could strangle someone together.
We could do that. Yep.
Wow, this got dark.
Best friends forever.
I don't know. It's been a long day.
Um,
Hey, River, listen. If
Oh.
there's someone who's gonna be dark in the group, it's me. Okay?
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
no, that's not my vibe. I'm like,
Kitty.
This is just my opinion, but the only way that could have been better is
That
if
was a
one
very
of you
good
had your
purr.
kid walk into the room just as you say, we could strangle them together.
I don't think my kids would have been surprised. I think they would have just been like, "That's weird," and left. That's fine.
if they even acknowledged it at all and didn't just ask us whatever the hell they were there for.
Yes, yeah. They don't care what we're
So-
doing.
Real quick, my vote is that we just find a tavern that's right next to where we are right now. So we're close to it. We're not going to waste any time traveling back and forth. That's my vote.
I'm going with whatever our team leader says.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Tavern. Resting. Is everybody eating Girl Scout cookies? What's happening here?
I have cheese balls.
I have fake Girl Scout.
I have these are coffee candy.
Everybody has.
um
That's funny. Mm.
Brownie and Pepsi. It's how I keep my girlish figure.
Hmm.
Where do you keep it?
In the closet. Don't tell.
Wow.
why would we tell? It's where everybody keeps theirs.
It's okay, William. Everyone looks good in a suit.
Whoa, it puts the lotion on its skin. It puts the lotion on its skin. D&D?
I missed that, man.
So you're going to River's house?
Or are we just going to a tavern nearby?
We're just going to a tavern nearby, right?
Yeah.
Lordado voted that we go with whatever Kelly says. And since she's been the quietest, we go with whatever Kelly says.
Tavern nearby is fine.
Okay, great. The closest one to you is the Leaky Bucket.
Is that the one we were in before?
Yes,
Hey, I'm famous there.
you are famous there.
I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, so it doesn't take very long, maybe about 20 minutes to walk all the way around the corner to the Leaky Bucket. And yeah, as you walk in, immediately people behind the bar recognize you and start hiding their valuables. No, seriously though, but they immediately recognize you and start going and pouring drinks and setting out food for your group. The patrons that are there, you don't recognize many of them. You do, however, see a certain blue tiefling over in the corner trying to hustle somebody at cards. The barkeepers are a pair of Warforged. And as you enter the bar, one of them approaches you, Heather. And how could we be of service today?
We need lodgings for the night.
Only for the night.
3 nights.
That shouldn't be a problem. Do you need one room for all of you, or we only have 3?
Hmm. What do you guys think?
I mean, we're used to sleeping out on the road, so we're sleeping on the floor in a room.
Okay,
it,
so we
it
got
doesn't split the party, and it helps us, keep each other safe. I'm just saying.
1 vote for 2 rooms, 1 vote for Menage a Trois. Which way we go?
Can you have that with 5 people?
That's 5. I'm a cat. I'm used to sleeping in a pile of other cats. So, whatever.
Isle of Kit.
No, William.
So,
No.
group leader, what do you think? 2
I'm fine
rooms?
with 1 room, but that's just, I'm like,
Things are getting
frugal.
crazy.
We'll take 1 room.
Okay, cool. So I think the consensus is that there's going to be 1 room that Tonks is asking for, unless anyone else wants to go in and get their own room.
No, I'm good.
Absolutely, not a problem, even in the slightest. Are you going to want a bed in the room?
That seems like an odd question.
It's a pretty good question. Either we have a few people on bedrolls or all of us on bedroll.
Currently, our largest room is set up as sort of a like a meeting space, but we could bring in a bed from one of the other rooms and sort of refashion things for you. I just need to know that ahead of time, otherwise you'll be sleeping on the floors.
Do you have a couple single full beds?
We have 2 doubles, or 1 king.
The two doubles, please. I
Absolutely.
look at the rest of the group and say our 2 casters definitely need a good night of sleep. I want to make sure that they're well rested for tomorrow.
Yeah, the cost of the room, absolutely comp. That after the last time you performed here, our business is quadrupled. Quadrupled. And I am very, very adamant that it had something to do with you. My colleague over here could say otherwise, but I am the one that does the most talking. I'm the one with the voice box. So yes, the room should be ready within the hour. If you'd like, you can have a meal and sit about, and we will let you know once it's ready.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so one of them sets off behind the bar upstairs to begin moving things, while the other one continues to maintain the common space for all the people. It's pretty busy in here, actually. There's probably close to 24 people in this little space. Lots of them that are in there. It looks like they're having their last meal for the day. Couple of them look like they are about to turn in. A couple of empty glasses on the table. The old woman that's sitting across the table from Charming appears to be very excitedly pushing more money across the table. Doesn't have any idea that she's being robbed. And the rest of the folk around seem to be very interested in you. Not like awkwardly interested, but more like there's a new person that came in. The bartender didn't charge them. Who are you people?
Honestly, from what I know of myself, I would know that their eyes were on me.
Mhm.
Being a bard, I think I would probably just want that to continue. So I think I'll probably sing a little bit,
Okay.
entertain the folks around.
So you're gonna find a seat, or are you gonna hop up on the bar top?
I might just walk about around
Okay.
folks.
So you're gonna walk around like strumming on your lyre and singing?
Yeah.
That's great. Go ahead and make me a performance check.
Performance.
While she does that real quick, does anybody happen to have some paper and a quill in their inventory?
Ooh, nice.
Yay.
Got a 19.
I'm checking.
Yeah, so as you're playing, the whole of the tavern seems to take notice of you, and before you're finished, there's a large beer stein setting on the bar that is filled with copper and silver pieces.
Nice.
I don't have any paper or a quill. I have cartographer's tools. Do cartographer tools include paper and quill?
They
What is-
don't.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't think they do.
That's okay.
Let me see.
because that's
can't click
isn't
on
that
it.
map
Oh.
making?
It is, but that might just be the tools for making it, not the actual like paper.
It says special tools include the items needed to pursue a craft or trade. Proficiency with a set of artisan's tools lets you add your proficiency bonus to any ability checks you make using the tools in your craft.
So in that case, it would be things like a sextant and a compass and stuff like that. It wouldn't necessarily be paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not to say that you couldn't find something. You just might not have it on hand.
I real quick asked the bartender if he happens to have any extra paper and a quill behind the bar, or does he know of a close by shop that has some?
I have something. And wanders around until they find a small looks like a little chest, and they set it down in front of you and open it up, and inside there's small rolls of parchment, probably no longer than about 6 or 8 inches long and about maybe 2 or 3 inches wide. And there's a small stone cylinder that looks like it's filled with ink, and an owl feather quilt.
Absolutely perfect. I put 2 silver in his hand and I take the paper to the table and I start writing something down, and then I'm busy for a while.
Okay. Yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and sort of say that throughout this entire situation, Heather's gonna be walking around playing. William's off writing things. Lord Dadu and Torch and River, what are you doing in here?
I was gonna ask, wouldn't people recognize me because I have that hometown thingamajig?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're a folk hero, so the people around here do recognize you.
Yeah.
Um,
So I would assume that I might recognize some of the people in the tavern too.
sure, make a perception check.
Oh no. Where is that? Okay. I just click on it.
Yes.
Nothing happened. Oh, I click on the number.
Good catch, by the way, Brooke.
Yay. An 18. Wait, why did it roll again? I rolled an 18 first. I think you just accidentally clicked the button twice. Do you see that?
I'm currently seeing 3 perception checks, actually.
I did roll an 18, I swear. I don't know why. I don't know why I clicked it 3 times. D&D Beyond is hard, okay?
It's not your fault. D&D Beyond has been hard for a while.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, all I see is a 13, but I believe.
But I swear.
I refreshed and I see the 18 now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I believe you. I don't expect you to lie.
That's
From
my
what we know-
job.
From what we know, you're not good at lying to your friends.
Very not good at
Also
lying.
my job.
Definitely something to be proud of.
There it is. Oh shit, I rolled. Why is there a 13? No, I rolled an 18.
It's there. I see it.
Okay, I can't see it on my end. Anyway, so I recognize someone.
Yeah, actually, looking around, most of the people that are in here seem like they're travelers, not locals.
Mhm.
But you do, I mean, you recognize the bartender, because they
Okay.
set up in this place for a while now. But you also recognize this blue tiefling in the back. Their name is Charming.
Mm,
They're another bard.
right. Totally knew that. Yep. So do I have a good relationship with Charlie, or do I just recognize him?
Charming is an incredibly charismatic con artist, and is very not interested in joining a guild.
Okay, and
So,
you said that when we walked in, we noticed that he was stealing from the older woman.
not exactly stealing from her, sort of playing a game of cards with her, and she kept giving money to him. So it's not
Yeah.
entirely certain exactly what's going on, but being that you've encountered him once before, like the party has, it's unlikely that whatever he's doing is 100% above board.
Cool. So can I go steal the money off of him that he's swindled her out of and give it back to her?
You'd have to be able to somehow do that in front of him without him knowing.
Well, I feel like if there was a distraction, I probably could.
So then what you're saying is that you want to ask your friends if they can help you make a distraction?
Well, Heather's already singing
Yes.
and he knows her.
Yes.
So wouldn't he be watching?
No.
No?
I actually,
What do you guys think?
I was sort of waiting for my next turn because I remember hearing you say that. And I kind of wanted to get close to it so I could get a better idea of what was going on.
Okay.
So I mean, I
Actually, unless Brooke has a problem with it, we could definitely work that into what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just remember you saying that too, and that made me mad. not
Yeah.
do that.
So then I'd like you to make a perception check too then, Heather, as you're walking about.
Nice.
Could the group remind me again why I have Heather bother to roll?
Because you like to see rolls that break your ideas.
You're not wrong.
Liquid death? I thought we were at a liquid death.
You got me this one like a couple of days ago, and I put it in the fridge and forgot it was there.
Okay.
So yes, we did run out, except for the one that I hid from myself.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So 22 is definitely enough that as you're walking by, you can definitely listen into what they're talking about. So the little old lady that's sitting there with him is asking him questions about people you've never heard of. How about this person? How about that person? And as you get closer, you can tell it's not that he's playing cards with her. He is doing a tarot reading for her.
Oh.
And every time that he says, I'm not entirely sure, it seems like things are getting hazy, she pushes more money at him and he's like, oh, things are becoming clearer now.
Mm.
I sure don't like that.
Me either.
Be careful of that one.
I don't know. I'm not sure what to do.
Let's go back to what they're doing. You can think.
Okay.
So Brooke, we know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You also, with your perception check, are able to more keenly observe what's going on over there.
Mm-hmm.
And you too can tell now that it's actually it's a tarot reading, like a spirit card reading.
Can I like stealthily get closer to observe better? Like,
You can make a stealth check, but make it with disadvantage
why?
because you're in a big open space. It's not like this is a jungle.
Okay, a stealth.
It's like you're trying to hide.
How
in
do I
IKEA.
do it? How do I do it with just with? Okay, so a 19. Do you see that? But 26.
I do see the 26. That is an incredible.
Dang.
And then I roll it
Just
again
roll it again. We'll show you how to do it.
for disadvantage. Still, that's 20. That time it was a third. I rolled a 13.
This
plus
is
7.
silly.
There it goes.
Um,
You know what, guys? If you all dye your hair pink, you'll have really good rolls too. The way it works.
oh my gosh.
That's it.
Critical pink.
I want a sticker of like a pink dice. Okay. Where were we? I was being stealthy.
Somehow, outside of any real physics or anything, River just sort of is hard to see for a minute, I guess.
Wait a minute. Are there rafters, like open rafters in this room?
There are.
Okay, so can I like jump up in there and across to go
Sure,
like,
absolutely.
up and observe?
Okay.
There's another idea, just putting it out there. As someone who's lived here, who's probably spent a lot of time in taverns, Rogues, a Thieves Guild, these are places to hang out. These are common places for people to go and relax and chill out and everything else. And when you're moving around a room like this, you're trying not to draw attention to yourself, which also makes sense for a small creature. It's a survival skill that you would learn. And so that stealth check, this is my own personal opinion, it might not be that you're trying to hide in the shadows. It's you're dancing along to the beat. You're acting like everybody else. You're trying not to be something that stands out to everybody.
Yeah. Oh, there's a child at the door. Quick, everyone, hide. Pretend you don't exist. Which one was it?
It's Colin. He can't find the switch and he needs to turn on a black screen.
I can't hear you at all. Who's calling?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, super. Okay,
For what it
Did you
counts,
hear
I actually have
everything
hearing
William
damage
said?
and I didn't hear anything they said, so.
okay. Well, right now, all of the audio from our video is playing in my hearing aids. So then like external stuff I can't hear.
There were some cool hearing aids.
They're
Absolutely.
Bluetooth. Yeah, they're Bluetooth. And I can answer phone calls on my watch when I'm wearing it. I can like swipe to answer and it just answers in my hearing aids, even if my phone is like in my purse in my pocket.
Nice.
Okay, Bluetooth hearing aids. This is actually cool.
Oh, if you have hearing loss, go to Costco, get a membership for $60 and you get a free hearing test if you're a Costco member. And that's where I buy my hearing aids. And they adjust them and tune them to what you actually need.
Hopefully that
Amazing.
makes
Wait. Okay, do you want me to text you?
maybe just put everything that you need to in the Discord server.
Got it. That's it.
We've got a
Okay.
whole
Thank you.
centralized place.
Sorry for
While
the
you were up
disruption.
at the- While you were up at the door, Miles, William was saying that as a rogue and somebody who lives in this city, I would know that like taverns are just a place to chill and hang out. And so then my stealth wouldn't necessarily mean that I was hiding, but that I was like moving through the space without being really like drawing attention to myself.
Blending in.
That's the one.
So if you're going to do that though, your stealth is going to keep you there. But I'm going to require another roll.
Okay.
I'm going to need you to do a disguise. So let's see, deception.
Deception.
That's my thing.
You get advantage on it though because of your subclass. You get advantage.
Okay, how do I roll with advantage? If I click on the B instead?
Right click.
Right click. Okay, well, I already did one without it. So that was an
I
8.
mean, pretty sure the 18 will do it.
So
Yeah, 18.
18.
it's the
Get the high
key.
one. Yeah, so the group has never seen River look so in her element. What looked like sort of
Be right back.
what looked like sort of meandering steps through the city streets now looks like very proud, confident prowling of some sort of vicious jungle cat.
She's after
Seems
somebody's
to-
shoes, I tell you.
Seems to edge along the bar very carefully, very casually, like she'd been there for centuries. Like the bar had been built around her. Just so plainly, as though it was always meant to be. And slide right up in the booth with her back up to Charming. So now you are back to back with a booth between you.
Yeah. Yes, I like that better than the rafters thing. Okay.
I bet Charming's shoes are probably pretty blue like his outfit.
Actually, it's just his skin that's blue.
Oh, poop.
He wears a yellow and black frock coat with a red vest and bright green shoes with red socks.
Green shoes.
He clashes in every possible color and pattern you can imagine.
Definitely gonna steal the shoes.
But with his bonuses, his charisma score is a 24.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Holy buckets.
I'll figure it out.
Wait, what? You said he's blue, right?
Right.
What color's his jacket?
It's black and gold.
So he looks amazing, but if you wore it, you'd look dumb.
Right. Really, it's one of those things that he looks good in anything he wears. Think if you've ever seen A Knight's Tale, think Shakespeare.
What color was his vest? Was it yellow? No, wait,
It's red.
red vest. I
Yep.
thought his socks were red.
His socks are also red.
Okay, so vest and socks are red.
Yes, correct. his frock coat, his jacket is black and gold, and his shoes are a bright green.
Green, bright green.
Yeah, think leprechaun.
Hold on, let me look at one here.
That's so wrong.
I
Gonna
think
be
you
on the
missed that
replay
one.
Gonna be
Ryan, did you see the hat I sent you?
You know, I
green
saw
hat?
that you sent me a message, but I don't think that I actually opened it.
This is priceless. Anyway. Yeah, everything everything about him clashes, except him. Do you have a plan, Kelly? Are you going to do anything?
No, I have no idea. We're sleeping, right?
You
Well,
effectively,
we might need a
Turn
distraction
around.
now. So like shots for the bar or
effectively, that's the next thing, is that people are declaring stuff that they're doing in the time it takes the room to get ready. As soon as everyone says that they've done what they're going to do, then the room is ready.
right. Then
DM magic.
I'm gonna order a drink.
Oh, we're
It's been
already.
days.
Is there
The
anything?
paladin wrote down a list and slacked it to a friend of his because that's what he's been thinking about for a while. And he figured if he writes it down, that's more official. And he's going to keep that list in his pocket just in case there's a possibility.
Okay.
And there's a reason for it, especially if you look at what those three things have in common.
I know what two of those things have in common without looking them up. So
Hmm.
All right, then keep your secrets.
Miles, while I'm, eating food and others in my party are running amok around the bar, there's a half of a book that I got when we looted the dragon.
yeah,
I'd like, being it we're gonna take a long rest anyway, I'd like to I think I have this. I have something to where I can read stuff.
yeah, you have the ability to read anything.
Yeah.
You've
so
got
I-
one of your things gives you comprehend languages.
Yeah, so I'd like to cast that spell and see if there's anything of value to me in the book.
He said that you're going to use your ability on the book to see if you can read it.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. So the first thing that your comprehend languages gives you is that it allows you to recognize what it is, like what the language is. And the language of this book is in Abyssal. So this is written by somebody that had some dealings with something dark. Because Infernal is the language of things that are like from dark and terrible places on this plane of existence. Abyssal is a different plane. But what you can read in it is what seems to be about probably about a good third of the instructions for a spell. But it's the last third. So you don't have the rest of the information. But what it sounds like is it's a resurrection spell.
Hmm.
Okay. Is there anything else of value or note in the book?
Make an investigation check. See if you actually investigation or history, whatever's better for you. We'll call it either.
Look, they're both the exact same for me. Well, where was that?
13. Okay. So you don't find anything else written on the book. But as you're sort of passing it around in your hands, just sort of observing it, you can feel something on the outside, like on the back cover of it. It's so faint that you can't read it at all. But when you press your finger over it, you can feel the words that say, "Help us."
Interesting. Would I know where this book's from? Like any kind of library where I might be able to find the other half, or find a full copy of the book?
Well, you might not know of a library right off the top of your head, but it doesn't take too much work to assume that a wizarding school would have a hell of a library. Additionally, this came from the belly of a dragon, which you had already learned came from somewhere up in the mountains or beyond. So it's possible it came from up there, but it's also not entirely obvious. But without any rolling, you would assume that if you're looking for a big library, you go to a place with people that tend to have large intelligence scores.
Which is not something my character has.
Good question. What's mine? Not bad.
Biddy.
Your intelligence score is 50?
Mine is.
Your intelligence score is 50?
Yeah, it took a lot. First, I had to use a necromancer to give myself 3 heads, and then I have to have 3 helms of brilliance.
That sounds about right.
Can you do that?
Technically, yes. Rules
But
is
how-
written. Yes.
But how much arguing will you do with yourself is the question.
Lots, so much. Technically, it could work.
D&D is only limited by your imagination.
And the ability for your DM to put up with your bullshit.
Oh, so true.
Yeah.
Which means it's only limited by your imagination.
I feel like I was being glared at. I don't know why.
So I've got the general vibe from what people are doing. I think the only things that aren't resolved now are, Heather, is there anything else you're doing while you're sort of prancing around?
I'm prancing.
You're prancing. You're a bard. You prance.
Tra-la-la. Flowers.
It's a bar, so I'm imagining you're playing like Chumbawamba.
Get knocked
Nice.
down.
There you go.
I think now that I have a better idea of what's going on with Charming, I'm good. I think about the only thing that I would want to do is probably get something to eat, drink with Torch, and then go night.
Have a whiskey drink.
Yes, and a vodka drink.
Yeah. Yeah, and then sing the songs that remind us of the good times.
And like some words I don't know what the hell he's saying.
Right.
You know.
Anyway.
All that stuff.
And then River, what is your plan for Charming?
No, I mean, he's a jerk, but our room's probably going to be ready soon, and I'm tired, so
You've
Oh,
gotten
okay.
this close without him noticing. You're just going to back down now?
like, what would I do? Steal the money back from him?
What you could do is that now that you are back to back with him, you could try to steal from him. In fact, you could probably try and steal from him without looking.
I could use my mage hand.
That is actually the entire point of your subclass. That Mage Hand Legerdemain gives you a lot.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna try to use my mage hand to steal money back from him. Steal the money from him that he's swindling. me
This,
on.
this is in character.
Yeah, okay, make a sleight of hand check.
Do I have to do advantage or whatever?
You don't. You can just do a sleight of hand check.
Oh, come on.
Awesome.
Oh no.
That was a
What
bad
might
roll.
coming?
So
Can we help her?
you cannot aid on a sleight of hand check. Yeah.
Can we
So
add to the distraction so it would be better?
that wouldn't necessarily improve the sleight of hand, it would just improve the distraction. Give me a minute. Let me
Alright.
finish this. We
Fuck
only
it,
just
Dad,
learned
blow
the
it up.
number. Let me finish this. You got a 9 on your sleight of hand. So your mage hand, you sort of conjure it low down below the table, and then it sort of creeps along the floor like Thing from the Addams Family,
For sure.
and then crawls up the side of the table
Mhm.
walks over and knocks over his glass, and then does one of these.
Yeah.
The least stealthy hand ever.
Yeah.
So being okay, here's the thing that we haven't done yet. Mage Hand is a spell that you can design what your hand looks like yourself. Every person's looks different. What's your hand look like? Oh, okay. So it looks like your hand. Got it.
Lisa Frank.
So yeah,
Yeah.
this like dimly illuminated rainbow colored panther hand, leopard hand, climbs up
Yeah.
onto the table and knocks over his beer, and then does sort of a come at me bro type of like a
Yeah.
and he goes and grabs onto your hand and then turns around and sets it down next to you, and then turns back around and says, now tell me again, how old was your partner? Not even paying you any attention.
I'm gonna do it again. No, I just wanna fuck with him.
Are you
I'm just gonna be ready and I'm gonna
are
go
you
fuck.
intentionally fucking with him now, or are you going to make another sleight of hand check? Because that's if you're going to actually try and steal from him this time, it's with disadvantage now because he knows you're there.
No, I'm just gonna fuck with him.
Okay, yeah. So this goes on for about 5 or 10 more minutes. The two of you sort of slowly prodding at each other until eventually the bartender comes back down.
Mhm.
Your room is ready. The only thing that I would ask is that if you're going to spend the night, please make sure that the door stays closed all night. Our other guest is very adamant about that and has paid for the week in full.
Hmm. That's not weird.
Yeah, who's the other guest?
They've paid in full and they've asked me not to say, and money is more important than you.
Dotto.
We got money.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ask him real nicely that I'd still like to know the answer to that question if I'm gonna stay here. And by real nicely, I'm gonna go with intimidation.
Okay,
Hmm.
roll it.
If I can find my mouse again.
Hmm.
Wow, I am rolling fantastically.
Okay.
So That probably isn't doing it again.
Going to roll. You did not intimidate him.
He's a warforged. I can't really say I'm sad.
Yeah, he's not offended or anything. You just
Okay.
tried to intimidate him, and he was like, no, they paid up front. If you had paid for a week, I also would have given you certain benefits. But I'm sorry, those type of things only come along with the right amount of currency.
Mhm.
Out of game, do you guys think that we should shake some coin at this feller? I mean, if it really means that much to who was it that was concerned about? Or all of
Was
you?
it someone else saying, "Hey, you can't leave your whole room for the evening"? That's all. I'm just like, well, who the hell do you
You
think you
know,
are?
The amount of subquests we've got going on right now and everything, I'm okay with just shutting the door and getting some shut eye.
Well, this
I'm
comes
just
from
saying.
data who wants to adventure, who wants X adventure points. No adventures.
Once I have an idea on how to get an answer to this question later, so we could probably go to the room and discuss it there.
Oh,
Okay.
all righty.
Okay, the door is unlocked. Help yourself. And
Thank you.
goes back to the inn and starts slowly shutting the tavern down and escorting people out the door.
I roll my piece of paper up, I put it in my pocket, and I signal to the gods above.
Mhm.
Like this.
Oh, you were like, just checking. I don't want to get the wrong signal. I mean, just say, sorry.
I was signaling to one of the gods. He'll get it.
Oh yeah, there's a thing going on over here. Fucking hell.
So once we get up to the room, I have an idea, but only after everybody goes up to the room.
Unless somebody is throwing a fit about going, everyone's going.
Okay. So we want to know something about the person that's in the room, which could involve sneak and stealth. And it's too bad we don't have someone here who has a class that excels in that.
Sometimes.
Hey, I was wondering if you said I know the bartender, right?
Mhm.
So I was wondering if like everybody else went up the stairs first and I kind of hung back and I was like, hey, we're friends. You can tell me who this is that's like paid for the whole week and doesn't want us to open our door.
I'm starting to like her.
Hmm?
We're friends.
I mean, I like the way you think.
That was in character, by the way. That was in character.
Mhm.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Okay.
Kelly, you're a sorcerer, right?
Yet I'll tell you the same thing that I've told everyone else so far.
Yes.
Money is where my loyalty lies. I appreciate you. And
Do I have any money? No, if I have any money. Bribe him.
not really.
That depends on how close to us, she's been. She might have money.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of you haven't gone questing together, and nobody has said, I'm going to give River this amount of money.
But what if I said, what's more valuable than money? Is information.
That is also a persuasion check. But you've already made one for this situation, so
Yeah. So that wouldn't work.
um
Excuse me. Kelly, do you happen to have a spell or something like divination or see through walls, or maybe on your spell list that you could like meditate on tonight and use tomorrow morning or something? Sorry, Miles, go ahead.
So while the bartender that you're working with seems to be completely non-compliant, the other one waves you over while the first goes about finishing closing the bar down.
Okay.
Uh,
So I go
your
over there.
your friends forgot to sign in when they took their room, and takes out the ledger and sets it down on the bar. I'm sure you know how these things work. Just flip to the most recent page and write your name.
So I'm gonna do that.
Mhm.
And then I will see whose name is like on the line before ours.
Mhm.
And
You didn't say that out loud, did you?
is I'm asking the DM. Not in character.
Yes, that's how that works.
Okay. Okay, so I go over there and I look and I see
It's usually best if you look at it while you're writing. It looks less obvious.
Yeah. what do I see? Can I say that out loud? Can I go? So what do am I gonna go back up to the room and see that now?
They have left you behind. So you were down in the main part of the
Right.
bar.
Okay, so I'll write my name in and then I will say, close the book and pass it back and say, thank you so much, my friend. And I'm gonna go upstairs to the room. And I'm gonna tell my friends the name that I saw in the book, right?
If you want to.
Okay. Why wouldn't I want to?
That is up to you, is what I'm saying. You are a rogue, and rogues tend to be sneaky. So if you were like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't say this,
Do I know who that is?
you don't.
Okay,
But
great.
at the same time, you did say a few minutes ago that information is just as important as gold.
It's as powerful as money, yeah.
You also know that the people that are around here helping you are your friends. So
Right,
consider
right.
whether or not what you're giving away is important enough. Not that I'm saying that this technically is, but I'm saying if you're going to be using this type of thing regularly, be aware of what could happen.
Using what type of thing?
Using your ability to convince your locals to work with you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Remember, everybody loves Robin Hood until they get arrested.
Yeah. Okay.
So you go back up to the room, close
Yep.
the door. Your whole group is there. There are 2 double beds.
Mhm.
There's a fireplace. This is a really, really nice establishment here. You have your own sort of chest of drawers and a return that's got some bottles, like glass bottles with green and clear liquids. You have a bowl of fresh fruit and a whole loaf of fresh bread and a large wheel of cheese.
Mm.
There's fresh blankets and sheets already on your beds. There are additional bed linens and things that have been set aside for you if you plan to camp out on the floor. Everything that could be afforded to you in this sort of a budget lodge type of an establishment is there. You've paid right up front for it. And as all of you are sort of settling into your space and realizing that you're finally going to get to sleep in a room with a roof over your head for the first time in weeks, get to kind of relax and unwind when River comes in through the door, closes it behind her, and
Motherfuckers ain't gonna believe this shit. No.
What if I just say, so I know I saw the name of the person or the whoever's paid for the week, but I don't recognize the name. I don't know who this is. So I can't help. I just don't know who they are. Is that
Tag me in, DM. Tag me in. I want to tell her. I want to say it.
what?
Tag.
That's a very good question. What will happen if you do that? Let's find out.
Okay, so I do that.
Okay.
You do what?
I want you to pronounce the name how you think it's said.
Okay, it's Gregor with 3 G's.
It's got 4 G's actually.
Well, the G at the beginning doesn't count. I mean the G in the middle.
Does anybody else see Ryan?
Shit, now I gotta pay attention again.
It's Gregor.
Good Lord.
He's my friend.
Oh yeah, you know him?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I've only known you for like 2 days, but like you know him or like you know him? Also, that was very uncomfortable to do. So everyone please appreciate that I punched my hand that I stabbed myself.
I mean, he tried to help us out in a battle.
Tried to help you out in a battle.
Yeah,
That's vague.
it really ended before it began, and he was rather disappointed in the lack of combat in it and everything. But he was willing to help, which was very kind of him.
Mhm.
And he ran off trying to find some shadowy figures. And that's actually the reason I was okay with coming to this town in the first place. So, I mean, he's going to be here for the week. At least that's what he paid for, according to the bartender. I'm going to go ahead and honor his wishes. I'm going to go ahead and let him sleep through the night. And I'll go rap on his door in the morning. Wrong kind of rapping.
Miles, after we get in the room, I take my spear and I lean it against the door in such a way that if the door moves at all, it'll knock it to the ground clattering.
Okay.
Mm.
And then I'm going to get comfortable in the corner and I'm going to sleep.
Okay. Are you gonna doff your armor?
Yeah, that's what I meant by getting comfortable. So
I got you. I just wanted to be sure. I don't really bother with the whole doff don shit unless it's literally in the middle of combat. So don't worry too much about that kind of thing. But if you are going to like totally take your armor off, please note that for me just so I'm aware. That way I'm not like, okay, everyone has to sneak down this hallway. And William, you've got full plate, so you're at a negative.
Hmm.
Fair.
I am currently, where is it? I strip off my armor down to my vestments. I'm just everything's laid out next to me with my gear, my bag, everything else. My axe is leaning against my bag, and I'm just against the corner.
Awesome. So Amir is out cold, taking the sleeps. There are 2 beds. They're full size. Who's grabbing beds?
I don't know. Could just curl up in the corner at the end of one of them.
I mean, yeah, or you could push the double beds together and effectively make like a king and a half bed.
Snuggle pile.
Is there a window at all in this place,
Yes.
in this room?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, I'm gonna go crash next to the window.
Okay. All right. So there's is anybody going to use the beds? I think that's where I should go at this point.
And if nobody else is getting in a bed, I'm getting in bed.
That's how I feel. Yeah. I'm gonna, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, William, and Ryan, the two of you are crashing on the floor. Ladies, I assume beds. Awesome. So, unless somebody has anything else to declare they're going to do tonight, we're going to end this day.
Okay.
Cool. Let's see. Ryan, William, make a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, man.
Wow. There we go. That's fantastic.
Oh, wow. What'd you do?
What who did?
I
Cool.
hugged Heather today. That's what I did.
William rolled a really good roll at disadvantage. Holy cow. Okay.
I mean, I was going to word it a different way, but I like this way better. I hugged Heather.
So you don't hear anything, and Mir, your spear doesn't move, but you can feel the floor vibrating with heavy footsteps.
Hmm.
How far into the night is this?
There aren't clocks, but it's dark out, like pitch black.
Does my instinct say that this is something I need to pay attention to? Is this danger, or is this just something that happens to be in the background?
Roll insight.
I can do that. Oh, yeah, sure. That's a good one to pick for me.
There you go. Your instinct right now is telling you that anything that sounds dangerous can be. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's threatening you. So I would say that what your instinct says is it's safer for you and for your friends if you stay awake to make sure that whatever it is goes away.
Hmm.
Now, whether or not you choose to do that, that's what you think is probably the right call.
Okay. I move away from the corner and I move up to the door. I try to listen at the door to see if I can hear anything closer
Okay.
through the door.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll again. You're fine there. So are you going to move up close enough to just listen next to the door? Are you going to put your ear to the door? How are you doing it?
Ear to the door.
Okay. So you press your ear up against the door and you listen, and you can hear heavy breathing and not loud, but heavy footsteps. Almost the sound of it is almost like people putting down large bags of grain. That feeling of weight.
Okay.
But now that you're close enough, it's not just what you're hearing that's getting your attention. You can smell something. It smells like sulfur.
Hmm.
And it's not Dotto.
There's a voice in the back of your head that goes, "That's not right."
Hmm.
Yeah, I go wake up Dotto.
Okay. So Ryan, you get roughly awoken.
All I ask you is, do you smell that?
Look, I know we've been friends a while and everything, but do I smell what? You
I
smell
smell
like a
sulfur,
dwarf.
and for the first time in a while, it's not you.
Oh, snap.
Rude. Jeez, I just woke up.
Well, sulfur
Do
equals
I-
demon, and warlocks are connected to demon.
Do I smell sulfur? Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Well, we all know how that's
Actually, roll with advantage. You hear me?
roll with advantage.
Yeah, roll with advantage because William pointed it out. So you are trying specifically to smell for sulfur. Nice. Yeah, you essentially sort of groggy and disgruntled, you humor your friend and just sort of waft for a second. And at first you think that he has woke you up to smell something that is not what he has described. And then you get it. There's sulfur and something else, maybe burnt hair or maybe pitch. You know, what happens when you burn oil too long and it solidifies and then you keep trying to burn it? That smell, that it's uncanny. It's like something that you've only heard about in legends.
Great. So I'm gonna say yes, I can smell it. The problem is that we know that the person who doesn't want us to open that door is Gregor. The last time we came around Gregor, he could have whooped us single-handedly, and instead he joined us to go for a fight. You remember the one where you got nailed in the back for leaving the cart? Yeah, that day. And don't look at me in that tone of voice. You know, so my problem is I want to honor my friend because he knows me as the word friend by not opening that door. That doesn't mean, however, we can't shimmy out this window down to the first floor and just go in the front door of the bar again. Whether the door is locked or not, the door doesn't have to be locked.
Now, to be clear, I just want to make 100% certain of something. This conversation between the two of you, are you having it at regular volume or are you whispering to each other?
Apparently, we're whispering it to each other. It's like saying sweet nothings into his ear.
Hey, Lord Dadu, wake up and smell this thing. Okay, but come closer so I can whisper it to you. The relationship the two characters have is priceless to me. Remember that one time you got lost in a swamp together? Or no, it was a forest. It was a forest.
It was a forest, and I saved his life.
You almost got eaten by mushrooms.
Also true.
True.
So what do you think? Do we wake up the group and head on out the window?
I sort of wish you would. Or at least
I think.
me.
Go ahead. Sorry, Heather.
See, I remember the last time we encountered Gregor and the circus, there was a smell. I checked back in my notes and I don't have it written down, but something is ringing a bell for me. So I really feel like it's Gregor related. I just wanted to give that 2 cents, but I guess I can't technically do it because I'm snoozing. Yeah.
Right.
Snoozing, Susan.
Miscounting sheep.
Yes, I'm miscounting them.
I've got my axe through my belt, but I've left my armor there.
Okay.
It's not going to help with sticking out the window.
No.
Well,
You're
it-
familiar. Is it out?
Ooh. My familiar is always with me.
Get
I
out.
can't, however, send her out the window, and I can have her check the other windows to see if she can see in. And if she's got sight like mine, she can see perfectly in the dark.
That's a good idea. I was also thinking maybe leave her here. If you're psychically connected to her, if we find something, then she can wake up the rest of the group in case we need help. Otherwise, we can let them sleep and get some rest.
Yeah, let's do the first option and send her out.
Okay,
'Cause if my baby happens to perish and everything, I've got more time to recreate her.
Okay, Dr.
Yes, I am.
Frankenstein.
Just saying. All right, so at that, I'm gonna assume my meditative pose or position. I'm gonna I'm gonna open the window first, and I'm gonna send Kiddo out.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look through her eyes to see if there are any other windows in this place, and I've got double sight, so I should be able to see anything that's going on inside this bar.
Yeah.
and
William?
and I'm gonna post myself up next to the door, leaning my shoulder against the door,
Mhm.
just in case someone tries to enter, and keep an eye out for Lord Dada.
Okay. So as you go back over to the door, you can hear what sounds like footsteps finishing going down the stairs. As Kiddo rounds about the outside of the tavern, she is able to go through. Remember, I said there are 2 other rooms. She's able to go by the windows for each of the rooms. Are you going to have her stop at each of them, or just the one that you know someone was in?
Let's start with that one. We'll start with that one, and depending on what we see, we'll check out the other room if we need to. Otherwise, we kind of need to see the main area of the bar, I would imagine, if the footsteps went downstairs.
Okay. So she flies around to the front of the tavern, which is where the windows for that room would be looking out of. And inside, the furniture that's in that room looks like it's all been pushed over into one corner. There's what looks to be a large nest that's been made out of the stuffing from inside of the mattress and every blanket and pillow that's around. And it is disgusting. It's dirty. It is really poorly kept. It looks like a cesspool. And you can see Gregor's hammer is pushed up against the whole giant pile of furniture that's been left behind. And footsteps coated in that black nastiness heading out towards the door.
Oh no.
As she descends and goes past the front windows, you see the bartenders are gone. The inside of the tavern is dark. You can see still, but just to clarify, there's nobody there now. The front door, though, swings in, and out steps this hulking, blackened beast. It looks kind of like Gregor, but also like something else, like a half melted candle version of him made out of nothing but black ooze. And it looks up at Kiddo with bright red eyes and snorts and then walks off into the city.
Follow him.
Okay. If you're watching the map at all, he is headed south through South Harbor towards the summer quarter. Kiddo can only reach, what was it, 5 miles with
Yeah.
that ability? So she'd be able to get to the edge of the summer quarter before you would lose control of her.
Okay, and I take it they kept going.
Yeah, the thing kept going into the summer quarter.
Would
Which
you share this with?
I can't share it with you yet. I have to Kiddo return first.
that's what I was going to say. Is you're having Kiddo return now?
Yeah, being Kiddo can't follow any further, there's no point in having me disconnected. So go
Yeah,
ahead and have Kiddo return.
unless you want to, you can disconnect from Kiddo during that flight. Then she'll just come back by whatever means she thinks is best.
No, have her come back.
Well, no, I'm still having her come back. What I'm saying though is that you get the option to either stay connected to her, or to lose the connection and let her just come back.
Well, I'll tell her to come back by the fastest way possible,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll disconnect and let her come back. That way I can talk to Yamar.
Okay, cool. So yeah, as
So-
you sort of phase back into your own body, you're able to see through your own eyes again. You see that Amir is moved and is now over next to the door.
Okay. So here's what I know, and I'm gonna tell them what I've seen. And then I'm also gonna say that may or may not have actually been our good friend Gregor. And if it was, again, I'm gonna honor what they said, and we'll keep that door shut. If it wasn't, we need a rest before we can battle whatever that is. And if it killed Gregor, I'm down to battle, but let's get the rest first. There's no point in going out there tonight. It's not even around us.
Could Gregor be cursed? I mean, I agree with what you said, but
The
that
last we
almost
knew,
sounds-
the last we knew, Gregor was going after 3 beings that we couldn't identify that would have whooped us in a fight. Let it go for the night, my friend. We've got the door pretty well guarded. We'll close this window up once Kiddo gets back here, and we'll take a look at this fresh in the morning.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to knocking in that door that's for Gregor's room and checking out what that scene is. I am opposed to doing it when half our party's asleep and we need the rest.
agreed.
So are the two of you going to take separate watches then? Or are you both going to take rest?
All I need is a short rest to regain everything. So I can stay up for now.
Long rest, especially since I'm the only melee fighter, would probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna sack out in front of the door.
Something I wanted to point out, Ryan, is that while you only need a short rest to get your spells back, you still need a long rest to not get exhaustion.
Okay, well, if you're sacking out literally in front of the door, I'll sack out right next to the window and we should be fine without the watch.
Well, bargaining done.
Great. Okay, then that's I think that's the best place for us to call it this week. I think if we go any further, we're gonna end up doing a whole lot more.
Mhm.
I'm okay with that.
Yes, I know. Under most circumstances, I am also okay with this. It is, however, Thursday, and so I have to work tomorrow.
Yes.
And
Me too.
Yeah. Well,
We have
I ain't 20 no
5
more.
children that we have to get ready for school in the morning.
yes,
I
we have
mean-
5 children that Brooke has to get ready for school in the morning.
And you have all those dishes to do, so.
I already did.
She did.
Let's be honest here. Anyone willing to stab themselves, you're toast, dude.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. The thing is that if I was really afraid that she'd hurt me. Okay, so we're at 9:30 on the dot now. So let's see. Between your romp from there to there.
Lamborghini. No Lamborghini.
By the way, Brooke, do you know what a swordsman calls Scar?
Trophy?
They're called a badge of courage. Because
There you
only the
go.
brave will pick up a bladed weapon and learn it.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And do you know what the archer calls the sword person?
Target?
Fodder.
Okay, so I believe what I had said before is that we were what? 620 away from 5?
Yes.
Sounds right.
Exactly how far away we are.
Yeah, okay. I can do 620. It's not like that. It's more that what I would usually give is about 600. But everybody took the quiz this time around, so fuck it.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah, Brooke, you didn't
Yes.
get to take the quiz because it was in our Slack, which is another thing I'm hoping to start adding into the Discord server.
Okay.
I need 2 to 5 minutes.
Oh, I was just about to ask because I wanted to take a shower. I was like, are you?
You still want
do
to
you
go?
want to play a little?
No, we're gonna get off. So do you want a rain check or can you go take a shower?
I was like, want to play for a little while longer, and I think I have time to take a shower, and you play a little longer, and then we go get ice cream.
Yep.
That's what I was gonna ask.
We can
That's
go
a
get
really
ice cream
good
or
plan.
a rain check for another night. Pick one.
Ice cream.
Okay.
I'll let you.
Smart. Shows me.
I heard 6:20.
Always choose ice cream.
Yes.
Always.
Always choose
Always
ice cream.
ice cream.
Yeah,
That's actually what she said.
620. So congratulations, everybody. You hit level 5.
Does that mean when we wake up, we are level 5s?
Correct.
Clarify.
Yes.
You have
yes.
no idea the deviousness of Lord Tattoo at
So
level 5.
I have another thing though that I'd like to point out, and it's something that's very important to me. This is the first game group that I have ever had go from level 1 to level 5.
Yay, congratulations.
Really?
Most people drop out at 4, never make it to 5 because that's a very long jump in the amount of XP you need. I have a lot of games that start at level 5 and go up from there, but I have never ever had a group ever go 1 to 5.
Nice.
Congratulations, you're my first.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Good job. Well done, team.